Hope you're okay today. It's good to see you. I'm just making a video. It's not to an atheist, so I'm not fighting the atheist. So I have officially retired from fighting atheism, and I have to say it's militant atheism. Okay. But I feel duty bound to respond to a Christian, so-called Christian, who made a video ripping into me, and it's called Correcting Jason Burns, and we'll just listen to a bit.
I made Jason a video several days ago, from one theist to another, but it seems like it has not hit home in the way which I wanted it to. So I wrote a message to Jason on one of his channels called Jason Burns, which has around about 1,200 videos on it. That video I made was about Jason Burns is leaving YouTube. Since making the video, I'm leaving YouTube, all of a sudden 4 more have popped up, just like that. I have seen this video, Intellectual Rivers of Blood. You have 95 views and 7 thumbs down with no thumbs up. You come on here and you spout out this.
I just want to talk about Thunderfoot and DBR Jones and Fatally Flawed. It was a complete Rivers of Blood on the Magic Silence show last week. I completely annihilated Thunderfoot, and
he's knocking out about 2 or 3 or even 4 videos per day.
So this is so-called Christian attacking me. Right. Now this is what he wrote to an atheist. Okay. This is the guy, and this is a real militant atheist, a real nasty piece of work there. And this is what this so-called Christian says. Don't worry about Jason. To the atheist, I'm about to bury him with a book he pretends to obey. Video in process. Okay. I'm just looking. Then he says, this Jason Burns bloke is turning out to be a bit of a dick. He has made video response to this video and then he took it down. Jason, put it back please. So he's called me a dick. Alright. So let's listen to this sweet, beautiful Christian.
Putting him on each channel.
Don't forget he's called me a dick. Right? So listen.
Spend all his time, all his waking time, trying to think up new ways, new devious ways of how he can trip up and try and debunk the atheistic evolutionist. The further you go down this route...
I don't actually do that actually. I actually made quite a lot of videos on the historical Christ. Didn't do a lot of videos on evolution. Most of the stuff I've done, especially recently, has been on the historical Christ, which the atheists don't know much about.
The more devious and the more lies you have to spread to try and push your point across.
Ooh, Jason Burns is devious. I don't think so.
We annihilated Thunderfoot, and
it then becomes a personal thing. All niceness goes out the window.
listen, this is really important.
You have to resort...
That was so bad. That was so bad. I mean, this guy is so nasty, and he's claiming to be a Christian. First of all, he's called me a dick, and then he's coming on here now, and he's saying that I'm devious, and I'm lying against the atheist and all this. At the end of the day, you have to understand what militant atheism was and is. Militant atheism is a very, very nasty movement. Alright, it really is. And the clip that he showed me on the Magic Sandwich show, I really did annihilate them on that show. I did. because I was the only one who presented evidence. Go and watch the show where I go on. And when I went on the show, there was 4 of them, and these people devour Christian apologists for breakfast, so I was strong with them. But Iron Ra, DPR Jones, and Thunderfoot, when I left the show, were very nasty to me. I wasn't nasty to them. I was friendly to them on the show. And he's just being really, really nasty to me, this guy, saying these kind of things. He's just out of order.
To underhand tactics.
I'm more bothered about the preaching of the word.
And generally, hatred. And this is exactly where Jason Burns is at the moment.
I don't hate any atheist. I have good relations with atheists in Manchester. I have a great problem. I don't hate them, but I have a great problem, or have had a great problem with militant atheism. It's the way it's conducted itself. The militant atheist on YouTube was absolutely disgusting. The underhanded tactics that they got up to, the tricks that they got up to, was absolutely diabolical. Alright? And I was operating in that environment. I did not stoop to the kind of tactics that they stoop to, where they ring you up, pretend to be your friend, and they've recorded you. Okay? That's just one example of many underhanded tactics the atheist community tried on me on the World Wide Web. Okay? I'm just an old-time preacher of the gospel, and I have not done any underhanded tactics.
And here's the proof of the pudding. I said, Jason, I have made a video for you. From one theist to another. Please watch. I too have given up on the creation debate. God does not want us to get involved in this silly debate. Even Paul the Apostle tells us this. Leave it well alone, as it causes conflict and anger. Give it up, brother, and wait on the Lord. You have my number if you need to talk to me. He comes back to me a few hours later, and he says, you, sir, are a Judas, and Christianity is the truth. You have no right to say that to one of your
Judas.
brothers.
Judas.
What gives you the right to call me a Judas? Well,
Judas.
I'm speaking from...
The person who said Jason is a bit of a dick to the atheist. The person who said to the atheist, I'm going to bury this one. Okay, mate?
Scripture. The argument is that you should not, but the commandments of the Scripture,
You're talking out of your ass, and you're being a total utter hypocrite. You're out of your depth, and you need to shut up, mate. Okay? Just shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. The Christian faith has evidence. I can provide evidence that Jesus Christ rose from the dead. Okay? And if you don't think Christianity has any evidence, then go and be a Buddhist. But Christianity has evidence. It's not blind faith. Okay? So you don't know what you're talking about, and don't you dare try and rebuke me when you're a hypocrite, when you call me a dick, and when you tell atheists that you're going to bury me. Okay?
You are a Christian. Scripture.
Then the guy goes on here.
And debunk evolution. We take the creation of the universe by faith. We take the flood of Noah by faith. We take the existence of the birth, the resurrection, the death and miracles of Jesus Christ, all by faith.
No, we don't. We have evidence, mate.
We have no evidence of these things, Jason, so why are you trying to prove them? All you are doing is digging a hole deeper and deeper for yourself.
You're just being dogmatic. You're being abusive. You're being aggressive. You're trying to push me down. You're trying to make me look bad in front of atheists. You've called me behind me back. Who's the one who's being aggressive for you? You're being aggressive. Okay? And you're the one who hasn't got any evidence for what he's saying. So you need to shut up and pack it in and give up, mate, on YouTube, because you haven't got a clue what you're talking about.
When you're in a hole, Jason, stop digging.
In a hole, I've given evidence for the Christian faith, and I've challenged the most nastiest movement on YouTube, and I've challenged them strongly, okay? And I might have said things that I shouldn't have said, but at the end of the day, the Christian community has not got a clue how nasty this atheist movement was on YouTube, okay? And I was one of the few people who was willing to face them down, mate, okay? Because any other Christian apologist would have been absolutely demolished by them.
Now, biblically speaking, Scripture is our authority. For my mouth shall speak truth. Is your mouth speaking truth, Jason? You have perpetuated lies against atheists out there, especially Aaron Ra, telling him that he is a wife beater. Exactly where did you get this information from, Jason?
So, first of all, I have not said that about Aaron Ra, okay? What I have said is he has been on Magic Sandwich shows screaming at his wife, okay? There is no video of me saying the words that you have just said. Nowhere. I would never accuse anybody of anything like that unless there was evidence. I wouldn't say anything like that about any person or anything as nasty as that. And that you as a Christian can throw an accusation against me like that without any evidence is disgusting. Alright? So don't go around preaching to us, you namby-pamby liberal Christians who have the goal to try and rebuke me when you're the biggest hypocrite going. Don't you ever say anything like that about me unless you've got evidence. And I've not said anything like that about Aaron Ra. I won't go and say anything about anybody unless I have evidence. And not only that, even if I did have evidence, I wouldn't say it. I would pass it on to the police, okay? Because I'm not a law unto myself. I don't go like the atheists go around judging everybody and condemning everybody on YouTube and doing witch hunts of people on YouTube. I don't go and do that. But the nasty movement of atheism on YouTube does, okay? So I take exception to your video, mate. You are a nasty piece of work, and you are a Judas. And I don't think you're a Christian. I think you're on the side of the atheist, or you put fame above actual truth. Because all you want to do is attract attention. You haven't got a principle in the backbone of your body. I have stood up against thousands of atheists, and I have been attacked every day for 3 years. I have had the most nastiest things done to me by the atheist, but whether I have failed or not, or whether I have made mistakes or said things I should not, I have stuck to what I believe, and I have not changed, and I'm not interested whether they like me or not. I will just say it as it is. So don't come to me and tell me to shut up again when you are wallowing in your hypocrisy, because you are simply a Judas, okay?